everyone. I'm so glad you're here. Let's install Power BI together, shall we? Before we go through the motions of installing Power BI Desktop on our machine, let's take a quick look at the installation prerequisites. Prerequisites exist in the areas of operating system, processor, available RAM, available hard disk space, display resolution, .NET framework, internet connection, and browser. In terms of operating system, you're going to want to have Windows 7 or later. That's because Power BI Desktop needs Windows in order to run. Power BI Desktop does not install natively on Mac OS. You're also going to want to have as a processor, preferably a 64-bit processor. That's because it will run faster. For memory, you're going to want to have at least 2 gigabytes of RAM on the machine, and in terms of hard disk space, you're going to want to have at least 3 gigabytes of available hard disk space on your machine. Power BI runs with a very standard desktop resolution here and requires .NET 4.5 or later. That typically comes pre-installed with Windows 7 or later, so it's nothing we really need to worry about. We're going to want to have a good internet connection that doesn't time out because we're going to download the installer from the web, and we're going to want to have a browser that is Windows compatible, of course. So Microsoft will always recommend that you use Microsoft Edge. Do not ever use Internet Explorer, please. This comes directly from Microsoft here. We should just disregard that. But the latest version of Chrome or Firefox also will work, preferably Microsoft Edge. So now let's take a look at what my computer looks like. Here is the settings pane from my computer. We're seeing I have here a 3.6 gigahertz i7 CPU. I'm running this on a Dell Optiplex with 32 gigabytes of RAM. I do have a 64-bit operating system because my processor is x64 based. And in terms of Windows, I'm running Windows 10 Enterprise, and that is basically it. I know that I have more than 3 gigabytes of available disk space, and I'm running a regular monitor on my computer as well. For browser, I will be using Microsoft Edge. So here are the installation steps that we're going to take. First, we're going to take a look at the download page, then pick the download option, select the appropriate version. We know that my computer is a 64-bit computer, so we're going to pick the 64-bit version. We're going to download, and then we're going to run the installer. The download on my computer automatically goes into the downloads directory. Then we're going to go through the installation wizard and we wait for Power BI Desktop to install, and then we're going to launch Power BI Desktop. All right, let's do that. We're here in Microsoft Edge and have cut and pasted the URL into my address field. So this takes me to the Power BI webpage here. And I'm going to go back up here to my download free button, and that here from me will open the Microsoft Store. So we're going to do that, and we're seeing that from the Microsoft Store we will be downloading Power BI Desktop right here. This is opening. So I'm going to click on install, and then the download is starting. I'm going to pause this video now because there's really no reason for you to wait with me until Power BI has downloaded. I'll see you on the other side of the download. Alrighty, well, there was a little installing icon that blipped up there for just a moment and then switched over to open. So now we can open Power BI Desktop. There may still be some installation processes going on in the background. I can hear my hard drive working. So let's see how far we are with our interface. We're seeing the splash screen here, and our Power BI desktop should be opening within a couple of moments, and here we are. So at this point, there will be some installation and configuration options that will be presented to you. Here you are invited to sign up for an email list. I'm going to say maybe later, and I'm going to close that. And here we are with our Power BI desktop. We're seeing here we can immediately add data to our report. We can here set up our file, our options here under File. This is our home screen, the insert screen, modeling, view, optimize, and help. And we will be stepping through all of these as we continue in our course. We'll be using all of these as we continue in our course. But that's the quick installation of Power BI Desktop. And that was it already. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.